You're my people out here again. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Fuck That Rent. And on this episode today, y'all want to know how the hell are you living in that RV on your own land? And today, we're going to teach y'all exactly how we get this done. Now, y'all know I come here every Wednesday to teach y'all how I moved onto my own land, moved into my RV, and now we building financial freedom from the ground up, baby. Now, you already know what I'm going to say. Now, just come on in so we ain't got to run this back today. Now, I'm going to keep it 100% real with y'all. And I don't want y'all watching this series thinking y'all can just go buy y'all a piece of land, park your RV on it, and everything gonna be automatically good to go. Cause baby, that ain't how this shit goes. Okay? First, you need to check your local laws, see what your property allows, see what utilities you already have available on your piece of land, and then figure out how the hell you gonna live on it. Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It took me living in here to really know what I needed to actually live in here, okay? And I've been in here for a year, and baby, I done figured out a few things, and I still got more things to learn. So come on with me. So let's start with the power first, because obviously we need electricity, baby. I need to run my TVs, my refrigerator, my air conditioner, my everything. And I had to figure out what options were available to me. So usually the power is in the back here. Follow me to the back. Let's dip. Come on. Okay, y'all. So as y'all can see, I have my power down here. And as y'all can see, I have wonderful neighbors that allow me to hook up to their outside outlet. So that was my first option. And I'm just keeping it real with you. Now, you do have other options to use for your power if you don't have a family member or nice neighbors like I do to help you, okay? And as you can see, I'm hooked up to an extension cord with a 30 amp extension cord, hooked up to my 30 amp WAP thingy. So I'm gonna take y'all inside to show y'all the other option I bought within a year as I was learning to set this electricity up, baby, because I can't use my neighbor's power forever. Okay, so a second option y'all can use is the EcoFlow solar generator. And I have the EcoFlow Delta 3, and this get up to 3,600 watts of power. And then I think 4,200 startup watts. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the comments, okay? Now, this generator I use for two spots, I'll be honest with you. I use it here sometime when I don't have enough power, and then I use it at my tiny shed more than anything. And I do have solar panels to go with this as well. So this is a second option if you don't have any power on your land, okay? Now, the third option you can always use is get power connected to your land if your land allow RVs, but my land don't. So sometimes you have to hook up to this, okay? Now, that's the second option. Now, this little setup right here, baby, gonna teach you everything you need to know about your whole RV, okay? Your galley water is your sink water. Your black water is your toilet water. Your gray water is your shower and sink water. Fresh water, we almost full. And this is my battery that's connected onto my RV. So this monitor lets you know where everything is at and what you need to check for and where you at on your levels, okay? Now, let's talk about water, because you don't know how important water is until you don't have no water, okay? I need water for my kitchen, my shower, my toilet, cooking, cleaning, everything, baby. So that's the next setup you need to be worried about. So depending on your connection, you might have a fresh water connection or a city water connection. Depending on how you set up. You can use a well or you might have another source. But for right now, woo! We using my neighbors. Now, this right here is another option you can use if you don't have a great neighbor like I do to get water to your tank, okay? Now, they deliver water. You could go get some water and put it in this tank and add a pump to the bottom, fill this up and attach it to your land so you can have some running water, okay? And you want to make sure you get a potable water tank. The difference between potable water and non-potable water, you can take a shower with and use inside. Non-potable water is water you use to garden, okay? So make sure you know the difference when you buying your tanks, all right? So let's talk about the part nobody wants to talk about. And yeah, baby, that's that poop. Where that shit gonna go? Now, as y'all know, it got to go somewhere. So you need to make sure your land has some type of sewer connection. And if it doesn't have a sewer connection, I got an option for you, baby, because sometimes I got to dump my own shit. Even though I don't want to, I got to do it anyway. Or you can hire a septic company to come out and do an RV pump out for you, baby. And that's the easy way out, but you might have a bill, okay? And you never know how many times you got to dump that shitter. So let me take you outside to show you exactly how I get mine dumped, baby. Now, this is how I get rid of my shit, y'all. Now, I have to use my Stinky Slinky to attach it to this 36-gallon portable black tank. And you could go take this to an RV campsite or any dump stations near you and just dump this out, and that's it. You don't have to pull your whole RV to do it. And like I said, if you don't want to do this, there's septic companies that will get this done for you. And again, this is something you need to figure out before you even move on to your land, baby. Come on. So now we have our internet service, and that is so important to me because, as y'all know, I'm a content creator. I'm a business owner, so I work from home. I need my laptop, I need to create my YouTube videos, go live for y'all. So we need some type of service over here. Now, the great thing about this, you can always get a little hotspot box just like this. And if you have kids, T-Mobile is giving hotspot away for children that's in school. So that's even better. So they give you 200 gigabytes a year of free hotspot. And let me tell you, I done had it for a few months, baby, and it been working wonderful. Now, if you need to upgrade, you can pay $10 a month. But let me tell y'all, before you even figure out where you're going to live, you need to figure out if you got service there to get internet, okay? So check your options out before you just move on that land. So since we already right here, let's talk numbers. Let's talk money, baby, because I don't want to just show y'all the cute side of this RV living, okay? I want to show y'all exactly how much things cost to even live in your RV. So let's start off first. The RV, I told y'all I bought the RV for $5,000. Now, power, like I let y'all know, my neighbor let me use their power until I was able to get my EcoFlow generator. That EcoFlow generator costed me $2,000, and then I bought solar panels, which I got from a solar farm for about $100 a piece, and you can always check Facebook Marketplace for that, baby. Like that. Now let's move on to water. Like I told y'all, my neighbor allows me to use their water as well, so I can't really give y'all a good number on how much water costs. You can always check any water delivery sites in your area or see how much it is to get your tank filled up. So that's something y'all gonna have to check because, baby, I'm not there yet. Okay, now let's talk sewer. The RV portable tank that I showed y'all, that cost me about $200 to $300, and I got that off MacBid, which is a return site for Amazon. So I got that off of there, and you can buy one on Amazon. You can use that option like I did too. Y'all know I love the auctions. And then let's talk the internet. I told y'all that. The internet cost me $0. $0 to get it, $0 to use it because I haven't used up my 200 gigabytes. And if you do want a faster service, they're offering a $10 a month service if you have kids. So that's my options. Now, there's other options that you can get with T-Mobile or Verizon where they got a portable box that work like a cell phone, which run about $30 to $40, $50 a month, depending on what area that you in. And then any other expenses that I have done, like I told y'all, sometimes I don't want to dump that poop decker. So I dump my tank about every 1 or 2 weeks, and you can have a septic company come out that do an RV pump out, and that costs me $125 per pump out. Now, every company is not the same. I done got quotes for $200-$300. So please check around different septic companies that does that type of service. Okay. Now that's my price list on what I pay to live in my RV. Now that's me. You have to do what works for you. And like I told y'all before, I added little things like this to make my RV cute, homey, put my curtains up a little higher, just add things that make me feel like I was still in a regular home, okay? Added things that fit my lifestyle, fit what I'm trying to do in this RV, okay? So it made it feel, it don't even look like an RV in here. It look like a little efficiency. And I love that for me because it's so comfortable. It's my own space. And I have the free time to figure out what I want to do with this space. I don't have to hurry up and decorate it. I can figure out how I want to style it, what I want to do with it. Just be free. And that's the luxury of just being in your RV and living in it. So if you're watching this and you thinking, okay, I might can do this. Let me tell you 3 things I would have told myself first. Is one, make sure you check your utilities before you move anything on that land. You need electricity, water, and sewage figured out before you move that RV. Second thing is, do not spend all your money on your RV. Focus on the importance and then move to the negotiables later. Third, make sure you check your local rules before you just move anything on that land, okay? Because every county, every city, every state has different rules and different regulations, and sometimes the rules might apply, sometimes they don't, okay? Now, you don't have to have everything figured out at once, but you do need to know what you're getting yourself into before you make that move, baby. Take it from Mila. And to be honest with y'all, living in your RV ain't always perfect, okay? Now, sometimes things break, things don't go as planned, and I be literally laying in my bed like, what the fuck am I gonna do next? But long as I walk out of this RV knowing that I own this motherfucker and I own this piece of land out here, that's all that matters to me. And that's exactly what this Fuck That Rent series is all about. Now, baby, if you want to continue following me, I'll see y'all on next week's episode of Fuck That Rent. Thanks for watching.